What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm MoedotJ and we are locked in. This is day 9 of 31 days of Netflix TV series and movies. This show is called Asaf and it's about an Uber driver. It's 6 episodes and it's an Uber driver that says separated from a family, a Uber driver gets embroiled into a crime after an accident, changing his life forever, and he's exploited by nefarious people. Basically, he gets into it with the mob. The mob tells him he needs to work for them to pay off a debt, and we're gonna follow that journey of Asaf and his family. But before we jump into this, we break this down. If you like TV series, Netflix, of course, we're doing 31 days, then this might be the channel for you, and Asaf might be the show for you. I'm MoedotJ. If you can hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, make sure you hit that like button. We're on that road to 75,000 subscribers. And if you like Netflix shows, request whatever show you want us to watch down here, and we got some time to do those series. But let's go ahead and jump into it. This is Asaf on Netflix, 6 parts. 6 episodes, 6 recaps, 6 days, 31 days of Netflix. Let's get it. We start the series off with our main character, Asaf. Now, he's sitting outside of his vehicle and he's nervous as hell. He's looking around. Where are you? Where are you? He makes a phone call. He gets a voicemail. Now he's super nervous. We don't really know what's going on at this moment, but what he does is go over to his car and he opens up the trunk. And what does he see in that trunk? I don't know. We're going to have to find out. Turns out inside of the trunk, there's actually a body in there. Now, this body looks like it is unalive, but there is a cell phone going off. It's just ringing. So what do you do if you have a body in your trunk? Do you answer that phone or do you just let it ring? We flash back to Asaf waking up the day of the incident. Well, when he wakes up, he's a little bit late and he's an Uber driver. So one of the passengers is calling, "Where you at, man? You're making me late." So he runs down, gets dressed fast as hell, goes and pick him up. Now they're stuck in traffic. That's the worst thing, getting stuck in traffic. But that's a benefit of getting an Uber compared to a taxi. A taxi is going to run you up. But he's in the front seat talking. "Man, you're just going to cut over like that?" And the guy in the back seat is like, "Man, you talk too much. I see why your rating is down on your Uber." He's like, hey, I'm just saying they're trying to cut me in traffic. While they're sitting in traffic, the passenger is going off on Asaf, talking about they're late, hurry up. Boom! He gets rear-ended by a Cadillac Escalade. Now, the gentleman driving this Escalade got a black suit on, black glasses, so you already know he's up to no good. But Asaf is asking him, "Hey, what do we do about this? Are you going to pay for this?" The guy turns around and says, "Hey, don't get the police involved. Here's some money." He gives him a wad of cash, and he says if this money isn't enough, he also gives him a card. He tells him to contact the number that's on this card. Well, it turns out Asaf is late also. He's supposed to be picking up his son, Atlas. Now, his ex-wife, or his wife right now, Sema, she's upset. "You're late. You're supposed to pick him up. Kids are making fun of him because he's sick." Now, it turns out he needs his heart. He needs someone that has a heart, and they're just waiting on the list. But Sema, she doesn't want to hear none of that. She's stressed out. Asaf is a taxi driver. He doesn't have any real income. She wants him to sign the divorce papers. But of course, a loving father, he doesn't want to. And come on, he just wrecked his car. He's already going through enough and his phone died. But Sema, she's not trying to hear none of that. She's taking her son and her and Atlas are just leaving. We get to see Atlas and he's in the back seat with a doll. I see why the kids were picking on him. But he's going home with his mom right now. And you hear Asaf saying, "Man, how about you just hang with your mom today? You know, I called her and let her know I wouldn't be able to get you, but we can go on a picnic later on. I'm gonna buy a kite. We can go fly kites." And he's like, "I never get to go with you, Dad." And then he's trying to get some help from Sema. Like, "Hey, you remember we had the kite?" She said, "No, I don't remember." Just making him out to be the bad guy, even though he's been through a lot on his own. He has to take his car to a dealership. Now, once he gets here, you know how that is. It's a wait. You're trying to just get this in and out. But the guy sitting here is like, "Well, what we got to do is do an inspection. Then after we do an inspection, then we'll work on it. But it takes time because there's people in line." Now, Asaf is saying, "Hey, this is my only job. My wife is trying to file for a divorce. I got to show proof of income. And this is my only means of transportation." Well, he didn't get any insurance because he didn't call the police, but he has a wad of money. So he's asking, can they get put on a payment plan? And the guy says, "Yeah, but you got to pay for the inspection first." Now, this inspection is whether you want it or not. They're going to have to do this inspection. So he has to give up some of that money that he just got. Now, I think he has enough money to cover everything, but he's just being a little stingy, talking about, "I don't have it all." He He leaves the dealership and goes home to talk to his mother. When he gets there, she's like, they done tore down the fence. Next thing you know, they're gonna be tearing down the walls to the house. She's like, where's your car at? Because he took a taxi home because his car is in the shop. But she doesn't even ask about that. What she tells him to do is go talk to your successful brother who works down at the bank and get a loan because we need your money. So not only does he need money to get him through this divorce and help take care of his son Atlas, he needs money to take care of his mother's house and to get the vehicle out the shop. Asaf went the independent route. He started driving Uber, so he doesn't have to work on any schedule. He can do what he wants and you can pick up more rides. But since his car is in the shop, he comes back down to the taxi shop where he used to drive, and all his old buddies are there, quote unquote, when I say buddies. And he's the boss is like, I told you he'd be back. That Uber stuff, it wasn't working out. Now, his drivers are out there, they're reckless. You heard somebody just pull up, tires squealing. This is a horrible taxi place, but that's how taxis are. And Asaf, he needs some money. After the boss leaves from clowning him about the Uber driver because he's old-fashioned, taxis are the way to go, he tells Malcolm, the woman that's working in there, to make Asaf some tea. Now, she messes with him, but it turns out she's been sleeping over at Asaf's house. So she's in here getting a little frisky, and Asaf, he knows he needs a job, so he's like, chill, and stop coming over to my house. You know, I'm trying to get me a job. I'm trying to play it cool. She said, oh, don't worry about him. He won't even know what we doing. Plus, I make your tea way better than his. So basically, she's just in here, and you heard the boss tell Asaf, don't let her answer the phone calls because he knows that she's using them, but, you know, they still got their thing going on. They got a good thing. Don't know if I'm going to see you again. But Asaf told her, stop coming by. I don't want them to get the wrong idea. The next day, Asaf goes to the bank to get this loan. Now, his brother does work there, and his mother told him to go pay a visit to his older, smarter, more intelligent, more successful brother. Now, his brother's like, okay, you need a loan. What do you need the loan for? What are you going to do with the money? And Asaf saying, that's not professional. Do you talk to any of your other customers? He said, man, I co-signed on your car. I want to know what you're doing with this. What would I put down for proof of income if I was to give you a loan and not help you out? Asaf is like, I'm leaving because his brother is right. I already co-signed. Your car is in the shop. You're not making any money. If you want to get a loan on your own and not go through me, then I need to fill out the loan application the correct way. So he just leaves and he doesn't get this loan. Nothing is going in his direction. He heads back to the dealership because he does have some cash, but he's going to see if he can talk him out of letting the car sit there and making some payments. But when he gets there, the guy that works at the auto shop, he says, oh, well, we moved your car to the warehouse. Now there's a parking fee because we didn't want congestion over here, basically having cars pile up. We need space to work. So you got to pay that parking fee to get your vehicle out. It is fixed and we'll put you on payment plans. Now this parking fee, he wasn't expecting to pay this. You could have just left my car outside in the parking lot and I could have picked it up. But nah, you know how these places are, complete scams. Well, they're just trying to make a living too. Well, what he decides to do is that car that he got from the wreck, Payan Korean, he goes up there because they said if the money wasn't enough, you could go up there. When he gets there, the receptionist, she's telling him to hold on. She's answering phones. Payan Korean, who you looking for? But he's like, all right, okay, listen. Someone told me to come up here. There was an accident. She said, do you know who you're looking for? He's like, no, it was someone in a black truck and a black suit. She's like, well, if you don't have a name, then I can't tell you where to go or allow you in here or pass you through. So right now, he's just stuck like Chuck. He has no idea who this person was. He didn't get a name or anything. As he's trying to leave Payan Korean, he has to go downstairs. And when he leaves the parking garage, the parking attendant, he's like, wait a minute, you're overdue. You got to go and pay. Now, this is just more money that he didn't expect to pay. But as he's sitting here, that black Escalade, it rolls by. So what does he do? He decides to follow it. He hops out, he grabs a crowbar, and to get even, what does he do? He bangs the hell out of it, tears the hood up, he hits the damn windshield, he's breaking the side windows. Doesn't it feel good to get even? After Asaf is released from jail from tearing up this property, the captain comes out and he's sitting with him and he's saying, Asaf, do you know who owned that truck? He's like, nah, I don't. But I got in a wreck and they told me to go up to Payan Korean, but I don't know who it is or what it is. But the captain says, look at these photos. Do you know this guy? His name is Nasu. Now, this guy looks like he's very rich. He looks like he has drivers. And the captain is asking him, do you know who this is? Have you seen him? Because why would you tear up his vehicle if you didn't? Now he's saying that this man is very powerful and he might have some answers, but the captain also wants to ask Nasu some questions. With the information Asaf got from captain, he goes to have a sit down with Nasu. When he gets there, he's surrounded by bodyguards. He has his own table. He has a medium rare steak. And let's just say he gets straight to business. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it to you. He's looking at Asaf like, what do you want? Why are you here? He said, one of your drivers hit my vehicle and told me I can get some money. He says, is that driver here? We look around the room. It looks like just bodyguards. These are the only 4 drivers he has. So Asaf was like, nah. Well, Nasu, he ain't here to play no games. What does he tell him? He says, you know what you're going to do? You're a driver, right? You're an Uber driver, aren't you? Well, what you're going to do is deliver this package for me. Asaf was like, what package? He said, don't worry about it. We'll give you an address. You go pick it up. I don't know what the package is until you deliver it. So here we go. Now Asaf has taken the job. He calls up Captain. And remember, Captain was already doing an investigation in the Nasu. So he tells him, you're going to take that package. We're going to find out what this package is. You're going to deliver that package. You're going to get paid. And this is going to be more for my investigation. Now, Asaf is just like you and I. And we're thinking, man, I don't know about this. These people seem like they're serious. These people seem like they'll unalive you if you don't do something correctly. But the captain don't care. He said, we could go down and get your statement. I could take you right back and we can lock you up. See, the only reason you're free right now is because the captain is doing an investigation. He ends up getting the address, and this takes us back to our opening scene where he goes over to open up the trunk and he sees a body in there. So we're looking at it like, okay, he's about to deliver this package, but who is that in the actual trunk? It turns out Captain is in his trunk. So whoever's watching him deliver these packages, they're 1 or 2 steps ahead because they got Captain and threw him in the trunk, and Captain's phone is what's been ringing in the trunk. So you're looking like, how the hell did they do that in that short amount of time from them meeting up to him getting on the road to go pick up the package and deliver it? And the last thing we see is the police pulling up. He hops in the car, and when he puts his seatbelt and looks on in the back seat, he sees a kid. He's asking the kid, who are you? The kid said, are you the driver? It looks like the kid is the package. All right, there you go. Episode 1 of Asaf. It's a kind of a quick show. They're only about 40-minute episodes, but it's kind of an interesting show also. We don't know how Captain got put in that trunk. We see that the package is a little kid that he just magically popped up in while Asaf was outside sitting around making phone calls. So it's getting interesting. The police are there. Let me know what you think about episode 1. What direction do you think that this show is about to go in? I'm MoedotJ. This is day 9 of our 31 days of Netflix. Tune in tomorrow for episode 2 of Asaf on Netflix. I'm MoedotJ. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.